Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to this episode of Early Morning Super Metroid Randomizer. If you're from where I'm from, that is. My name's MTNS Cartridge, and I'll be commentating this match between PapaSchmo on your left and OK Beamer on your right. Joining me in the booth today will be TG Derp. How are you doing, Derp?
Pretty good. Also quite early for me. I think it's actually like noon for the runners. At least Beamer. I know Beamer is.
It's noon for Beamer.
Germany.
It's 6 a.m. for PapaSchmo.
That's right.
He's Eastern. We're both Eastern. And then it's noon for Beamer because he's Germany.
Yeah, I was thinking of Kupo, the other Dash dev. Living in Germany.
No, Kupo lives in Portugal, so it's it's 11 a.m. for him.
All European countries are the same.
So true.
Is this something I should be saying on a European-friendly broadcast time?
Absolutely.
Anyways, race.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah,
starting soon.
Actual thing we're supposed to be commentating. So yeah, this is first round of bracket match, so it'll be all bracket matches are best of 3. But OK Beamer is the 8 seed, and then PapaSchmo is the 25 seed in brackets, so should be good. We are getting not full countdown, always a win. And we have a starter charge, and PapaSchmo has that looks like a dash suit, given by the angle bracket on the Samus sprite.
Potentially, you mentioned earlier, but yeah, Beamer, not somebody who some may have expected to be this highly seeded going into playoffs. Ended up being 4-2. Was pretty close to 5-1, I believe.
Yeah, who were his losses to?
One of them was Farfalu at the end, I believe.
No, I could just pull the spreadsheet up instead of making
Derp. Farfalu and Bress, who are two very good runners, also very highly seeded.
Yeah, you wonder who beat them both. Yeah, definitely not yours truly. Anyways, double pink morph, so this means good things are going to happen to both runners.
Well, it definitely means both runners having the same fortunes, at least early on.
Exactly. Everybody knows that the morph ball color determines your fortune for the seed. Neither runner doing the typical down back strat, just doing the baby roll under strat. Anyways, we've also got vanilla bombs.
Yep, these are where the bombs are normally.
Absolutely. That's a dumb Chosobozo joke from 2022, back when people were grinding Chosobozo. So, but we do have Chozo, and we have supers in the ceiling, maybe power bombs, maybe not. Beamer struggling with the D-boost, gets more supers at beta missiles, but he should definitely get the supers in the ceiling.
Yeah.
So,
you want to get as many supers as you can early on, get some nice firepower, and even if you do find a good beam, you're not sad to have a bunch of supers because it lets you do a real fast Ridley fights, especially if you don't have a suit at the time and you need to deal damage quickly. But
yeah,
you're not going to bother with it. So we'll see how.
Yeah, that is interesting. I would definitely rather be in PapaSchmo's situation, being a few seconds slower, but having 10 supers. But yeah, if charge pops and Varia pops, then I mean, we do have starter charge, so if beams pop, then it'll be fine. Just not ideal.
Won't be too big of a deal.
Yeah,
Beamer even had bombs though. Could have just bomb jumped to it.
True.
Didn't want to do the backup deboost. That's okay though.
Yeah, there's a couple different backups. Plus, he had the bomb jump, so kind of surprised he skipped it. But I don't know. I think Beamer just plays like that.
That's definitely Beamer's playstyle. Like, he doesn't play to linger on things. Like, if he messes something up, he'll just leave.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. And it's been working this tournament. Got a
evidently
track record going so far. So
yeah, it does have a winning record. So definitely not working too badly. Anyways, best runner's making up climb. Gonna check the next Chozo, which is 230. Then very likely check the Chozo after that, which is Valparaiso, and then go left and figure out if it's area rando or not.
Yeah, I believe this has to be a ballistic. Oh, I guess not.
Yes, it's yeah, this is area rando and wait, what? Oh no, Gaunt's the answer, logically.
Yeah, well, they also have bombs that get to the left side of criteria. So
yeah, true. So those could just.
Although I guess then they would run into a bunch of missile doors if it's
no. I mean,
not
you can the chosen you can
area.
get to is charge beam, and it's like bottom 2 of green run, so it works out.
Well, charge beam is through a missile door, but it is
No, it's
probably
not.
area.
No, if you get there through like Green Hills or Nuke Bridge, then there's no missile doors.
Well, there's our charge upgrade. So Beamer not going to be punished for the super skip, most likely. Already got our nice 450 damage beam.
Yeah, this is pretty comfy. You like 1 or 2 more beams if you're doing Suitless Ridley on this beam exclusively, but still pretty comfy. You can do it if you have enough tanks. Just depends.
We will see what is going on with our runners. I don't think either one is going to bother going to front of Gauntlet. Like you said, is almost certainly a ballistic. Doesn't technically have to be, but
yeah. It looks like PapaSchmo will. I think he's trying to trying to spike some power bombs in the back or something. Could be power bombs in the front as well, but is likely to be some form of ammo. And then all this stuff over here. Well, it's a vanilla map, so
that basically guarantees. It does guarantee that there are some kind of missiles here at Gauntlet front.
Yep. So yeah, there's got to be missiles here, and then power bombs could be in a lot of places at this point.
Yeah, with the bombs, the requirement for Chozo power bombs are pushed a bit later.
Yep.
So we will see. You don't need any power bombs to traverse anything in Upper Norfair, for example. So it could be anywhere in there. It could be, I think, a few spots in Wreck Ship.
Yeah, not in Wreck Ship. It could be a couple of spots in Red Tower, but not in Wreck Ship. This is an area you actually just need power bombs to get to Wreck Ship. Stop. But yeah, Beamer finds the Chozo supers at burn reserve, so this is probably a missile.
Yep, there are 2 Chozo supers, so it's possible this is the second one here at Gauntlet.
Yep. Question mark? Are we losing our minds? Could be possible. Wait, what?
Distinctly possible.
Morph at Morph, bombs at Alpha missiles. What was it? 230. 230 was plasma.
230 was plasma,
and then charge was BT.
Hey, what was our logical missile?
Yeah, I am confused. Is this broken?
Could be.
Yeah, this yeah, I think it's very possible this is just a broken Chozo vanilla map. So,
well, that would be lovely. Anyways, Beamer did find.
Yeah. Anyways,
I believe Beamer found a power bomb pack at
early
early super, so that's nice. Heat shield is also going to be really nice for PapaSchmo, so really rewarded for coming back here. Got a nice firepower upgrade with the wave. Got his power bombs and the heat shield for Upper Norfair traversal.
Yeah, pretty much max rewarded he could be. Since the wave beam showed up instead of missile, and he's using that power bomb. Doesn't actually have to, just decided to. Well, I think that's his strat, to use a power bomb instead of shooting out the B-toms and then shooting out the floor. But I digress. Anyways, Beamer finds the missile at Spore Spawn. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Not too much going on here in the Green Bryn area in terms of Chozo items. I think that was a super and a missile so far.
Yep. Epic.
Very epic. We'll see if Charge has something nice. It does not. It has the other Chozo missile.
This is truly the epitome of Green Bryn. 2 supers, 2 missiles and a super. So now Beamer likely to do the common Chozo vanilla map play of going to alpha PBs, then going back down and doing X-ray, and then Spazer, and then making the call on Kraid. But really will depend on if Chozo tanks show up.
Yeah, don't believe we've seen any Chozo tanks so far. We saw one at Old Mother Brain, and then I think there was one behind.
It might be after the bridge.
Yeah, it's somewhere in this area that PapaSchmo
Yeah.
one of these items. Looks like Beamer is going up to check this Alpha Powerbomb location. We'll see if he wants to continue up into the ship, potentially, but...
Yeah, and then we can complain about how ship and vanilla map Chozo is horrible, and then we can see that Beamer will get rewarded by it anyway. So
this may be coming from experience in practice races from MM2. I think that Varia is going to send Beamer the other way, though. That's a very good find up here.
It's okay. He's going to go up and with a 3 and 4 that it's not Dragon, and then not find Dragon, and we'll complain about it.
Wow. That does lessen the impact of PapaSchmo's heat shield that he spiked at back of Gauntlet as well, which is kind of sad. Although,
yeah, and by lessen we mean probably turn to nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. The only way it would matter is if PapaSchmo just skips this item and goes down. But
yeah,
that would maybe
and
not be
there. There are bigger problems.
Right.
I mean, there is the arc where PapaSchmo skips alpha PBs, goes down, checks like ice high jump, finds a gravity, turns around, goes back up, spikes the Varia on the way, and then does ship with gravity, finds Dragon, wins. But I mean,
you might be cooking a little bit too hard here.
Yeah, I think that might be too much cooking. And we should just actually see what's happening. Anyways, Beamer skipped X-ray, so...
Yeah, didn't want to do the X-ray deboost on just 2 tanks. I think with Varia, it's pretty safe. Like, you don't take a lot of damage, and you have the bombs if you mess up the final deboost to bomb jump back up.
Yeah, I mean, this is Dash, so it's like spikes are doing 30 right now instead of the 15 they would deal in Varia. Because Varia buffs Varia. That's actually not true. Dash just doesn't.
Yeah, it is worth noting that we don't have our Chozo Powerbomb, so the X-ray is not in logic, but it's also worth noting that all our Chozo missiles were behind missile doors, so logic may be a little bit goofed up in this one.
Yeah, anyways, the first arc of that epic storyline I mentioned earlier is coming to fruition. PapaSchmo is skipping that Varia suit, which is likely to not be good for him, but could also magically end up being good for him in that fairy tale world I mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think PapaSchmo is a high jumpless lava diver, so in theory, if there aren't super good items here in Upper Norfair and Kraid, then we might see PapaSchmo go up anyways.
Yeah.
But in the world where PapaSchmo does find like a high jump and potentially like a gravity and really wants to go up to or down to Lower Norfair, but can't without the Varia, things could be bad.
Yeah. Fun TM. Also, we did find the first Chozo tank, so one more between this boss and what am I thinking? High jump, and then Ice is in logic. Oh wait, no, Ice is just in logic because we have Varia. Never mind, I don't know what I was cooking.
Yeah, they can't use a power bomb to get back in logic, but they can go all the way around. So.
Question mark? I don't know. I'm just confused. Oh wait, no, Alpha PVs. Yeah. No.
Like you can get to Alpha PVs without the power bomb, but you can't break the door back. So the logic requires you to go up the elevator because that door's changed to a blow door from vanilla.
Yeah, thanks.
And then go all the way back down.
Yeah,
That is the
door's
logic.
yeah, that is a 2017 total change, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's
there's the
been
power bombs.
all right. Nice to find. Also, was a vanilla crate worth noting.
hmm Yeah, so pretty good odds that any given boss is vanilla at this point. It's like I think it's like a bit over 2 and 3, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right. Yeah, we did see Beamer farm a couple mini crates for the supers for a potential Ridley, so got a little bit punished for that technically, but I don't think it was a bad decision, even with
Yeah, I mean,
even with this beam.
more supers, more better. Even if you have a good beam, so it's like
Been saying this.
yeah.
It's kind of funny that Beamer has pulled ahead in supers despite skipping the one in the ceiling.
Yeah, there might have been one behind Alpha PBs, which might have helped, and then
I think there was, yeah.
and then one somewhere else will make the math check out. So definitely not regretting his decision. But yeah, Beamer gonna start us off in the Upper Norfair journey. Going to get Ice Beam, then very likely High Jump, and then Bubble Mountain stuff, and then we'll see if he can High Jump to Lava Dive if he doesn't find anything else before then. Could also just do Croc after.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks here in Upper Norfair, even in Chozo, where the Norfair Reserve is not a Chozo item. Find the X-Ray, which is going to be nice for a few of the later bosses, since we already have the Charge Plasma.
Yeah, X-Ray plus the Charge Plasma will be very good for Microwave. And I mean, not really much else, since this is not map render where you can do more esoteric stuff. Well, I mean, where it's more likely that we are required to, or want to do more esoteric stuff. It's not like they have different rule sets. We're not a Link to the Past.
It really makes you think.
Yeah. Imagine having a game where classifying glitches and skips is actually complicated and requires complex discussion on a active basis. Could not be me.
Meanwhile, the glitches rule set for Super Metroid is just don't go out of bounds, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's a space jump, so that's in theory a worst room in the game item.
If you mention Underflow, we will send someone to your house.
It's Overfiend. He's going to convince you to run local temp chargeless.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Fuzda. He will convince you to put chargeless on the extension board.
Hold up. I think Overfiend is still mad about that.
I mean, Overfiend is now around and Fuzda is not. So, I mean, maybe we'll put chargeless back on the main board in the year of our Lord 2024. Who knows?
Beamer making his way over to the Bubble Mountain. Space Jump also going to help here, just getting up to speed and wave. Don't need to do one of a couple technical wall jumps. Also just helps going through this area, especially this room here, Rising Tides. Having Space Jump saves so much time.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. Like, I think that's a pretty big time saver room for Space Jump, and nobody really talks about it. But it just literally trivializes that room so hard, especially if you're going in reverse. Reverse Rising Tide just sucks.
Yeah, because you can't do the roll under strat that's at least comfortable with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have gravity, you can. But if you have gravity, you really don't care about anything, ever.
Yeah, it turns out the Space Jump item, pretty good.
Yeah, shocker. Good movement item, saves time. Millions baffled.
We find our Chozo Reserve. Not the greatest haul yet. Still have the Wave Beam and potentially the Croc item to check down here.
Yeah. So, if Gravity's here at Wave, then Beamer's just going to be go mode. Well, actually, no, he won't. No, he will. Because he'll CF clip and just win the game. If it's not, then it'll be a fun time figuring out if it's Croc or if it's Ship. So
Don't love this farm that Beamer is doing just to get to full supers. I think there are better farms in the future, but
yeah,
does get the ammo.
it's like
farming core.
It's fine, but also you really don't need it since you're probably not going to fight Ridley anytime soon.
That's kind of what I was thinking. There's not really a need for it at the moment.
Yeah, you're kind of just hedging on gravity or high jump right here, and then you're going to LN next.
Of course, I say that, and PapaSchmo is also... No, he's not going to farm all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 farms is fine, but I think a full farm is excessive.
Yeah, chat pointing out the space jump puts the... There's gravity suit, that's really good.
Yeah.
And really bad for PapaSchmo, who doesn't have area yet.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate for PapaSchmo, because now there's a pretty good chance he'll just be trying to scrounge up the energy for Lower Norfair and then just bleed infinite time doing said Lower Norfair. So,
but yeah, chat pointing out the space jump put X-ray and logic, and then chat also pointing out that having 2 tanks, because we have a Chozo E and a Chozo Reserve plus Varia bombs, already puts X-ray and logic, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
not going to be too big of a deal given the gravity. We already have our Lower Norfair access here. Really just looking for a way through Batoon hallway at the moment. That's a interesting X-ray.
That was a microwave strat. I don't know.
I think it was actually a missed menu. So as it turns out, that enemy does die to 1 wave plasma shot.
Yeah.
Maybe
it was recall muscle memory from one day nerfed plasma and everyone hated it.
Yeah, there were some interesting recall changes, but that one was maybe not one of them. We'll see if Beamer wants to go down to Screw Attack to potentially check that item, by the way. Just looking for Icer Speed. I personally wouldn't in this case, but I don't know how comfortable Beamer is with CF Clip. So if you aren't, then you might be more inclined to.
Yeah,
looks like he is going to skip it, though.
Yeah, and my thought is there's just so many checks right now, and there's only 2 Icer speeds in the game, so just every check is fairly unlikely to have Icer speed by itself, so you should just check minimal stuff and not bet on finding it if you're comfy with the you don't need Icer speed trick.
Yeah, usually a good principle for SM Rando. If you can finish the game, you really shouldn't be going out of your way for items.
Yeah. Once you're in go mode, you really don't need to be doing many more checks unless the items will save you minutes at least. But yeah, there's so few items compared to the number of checks. Anyways, that's not a great amphitheater entry. This is an interesting backup, but it is working. It is no longer working.
It was working, but the high jumpless space jump is a little bit weird, and Beamer unfortunately dropped the spin.
Yep. Yeah, I think he just dropped the space jump, but pressed it like too late or something. Maybe too early.
Right. You don't get as much height from each space jump without the high jump, as it turns out. Not having the jump high item makes you jump lower.
Shocker. And then also having the run faster item makes you also jump lower. Really makes you think.
Classic. Speaking of jumping item, PapaSchmo going to be jumping up to this grapple location. This is a really good segue, trust me.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's get the high jump, so...
This is why we did all that foreshadowing, definitely.
We just knew.
Trust us.
But yeah, PapaSchmo, without that Varia suit, not going to be continuing into Lower Norfair. This is not nearly enough energy, even with the heat shield. Especially given that we've already seen a vanilla boss, so this is most likely going to be Ridley here.
Yeah, you really can't take on Ridley at home on effective 6+2 1 CF. This is really just not going to work out at all.
Technically, it's 7+2 because your base health is also doubled. Shaking my head.
I can't repeat the phrase I was gonna say on SpeedGaming commentary. Anyways,
What can I say?
Anyways, I regret commentating with Derp. This has been the worst experience of my life. See my basement, my experiences with TG Derp. I'm kidding.
Common comms disaster. We do have a Ridley at home. We're gonna
Plasma
use a Plasma
SPA.
SPA. Let's go.
Let's go. Love to see that.
I think they all hit too.
Yeah, I think 3 hit at least. I didn't
Okay.
see all 4 hit, but maybe I am just blind. But yeah, Plasma SPA is hit for 300, so did deal a super and a half at least, maybe 2 supers worth of damage. So good job, Beamer, on being literally better than everyone else who has ever played Super Metroid. Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Beamer thought that all 4 hit, so jumped in Ridley's arms a bit early.
No, I think he just messed up the grab. He didn't fire any damage between then and now, and Ridley still died.
No, he shot an extra super
Oh, he did? Okay.
after that.
Literally blind. Oh, hey, there's ice.
Well, it just
Okay.
works.
Well, yeah, just do the meta plays and you will get rewarded. Shocker.
Yep, so
Anyways.
this is go mode for Beamer. Has all the energy he needs, has a good beam, both suits. Just needs to get to the end of the game.
Yep. Yeah, it just has 2 areas to traverse and 2 bosses to kill, and then Turian. So yeah. It's gonna be a decent challenge. Anyways, PapaSchmo is on an adventure. I don't know what he's cooking.
I guess he's going for the CF clip. He did get another power bomb at the Croc Escape, so
yeah,
has a few tries at it.
Yeah, kind of interesting. He did skip the power bomb behind Kraid, so maybe is now regretting that skip. But I believe he'll just hit the trick.
Does want to empty his reserves for this Crystal Flash.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, usually I prefer to like stick them at like 10 or 20 because then you can have the mock trade auto populate.
Beamer needs to be careful here, by the way.
Yeah, this is
but this is scary.
Oh, this is not good.
Yeah, can't quite Crystal Flash because not enough supers. Speaking of Crystal Flash, PapaSchmo actually got it second try. Really nice.
Yeah, well done, for sure. Beamer is now in certifiable shambles because he could die. So, reasonable shambles, just not good either way. Finds double jump, nice, very helpful.
Maybe the worst item to find there. At least, even if it was like a missile pack, at least you have the ammo, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
double jump is just like, true 7-second time loss.
Yeah, literally does nothing. Heat shield also there, but we already know where heat shield is. Beamer doesn't though, so.
PapaSchmo continuing through this East Meridia, skipping that reserve tank. No need for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best strat for Beamer might just be to trust that he can play well and kill the Keaners with charge shots, but...
Yeah, it's harder without that wave beam, though.
Yeah, he will
have to shoot through the floor.
Get lucky, and on the Keaner RNG that they just don't drop down and say hello and hit you and then go back up, or not go back up and
worse, just move in with you.
Yeah, worse, move into your apartment on the lower level. So, yeah, would be nice if he finds an E-tank. Does not, so we'll just have to charge up the
Super would have also been nice.
Oh, he's gonna do this. This is... It'll work.
Yeah, wants to be as far from the gap as possible to avoid exactly what we've been describing, the Keanu moving in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a really funny clip of someone like crystal flashing and then the Keanu moving down and just annihilating them during the CF, and it was...
Yeah. Starts out you don't have iframes during CF, so a 50 damage enemy will hit you for more than 50 damage.
Yeah, every single frame, so it's great.
Yep.
Yeah, that is how the game works. So PapaSchmo is into Dragon. It is vanilla Dragon, so they also had vanilla Ridley, so very likely vanilla Phantoon, except for the haha funny 1% surprise second Ridley or whatever.
I think it's less than 1% at this point, actually.
I'm
It's like
doing the math.
99.8 for it to be a vanilla boss seed. But
Yeah,
I don't feel like
know.
doing the math again. I already did it once. Beamer's still looking for an E-Tank just for a refill, but unfortunately the seed being really stingy with the E-Tanks.
Yeah, according to my spreadsheet, it's 0.996 to be Phantoon, but that also does not account for the fact that I have a limited sample size because of my methods. So, yeah.
Found the last Chozo Super there behind Dragon for PapaSchmo. Still looking for that Varia suit. Unfortunately, not really going the right way. If PapaSchmo like goes to Plasma and then takes the vanilla route to top of Red Tower.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what PapaSchmo decides to do. He may go like Plasma into backdoor ship, which would be a bit unfortunate because that would also mean he's checking ship when the Varia suit is right under him.
Yeah, this will probably feel pretty bad when PapaSchmo gets to the Varia suit. But at that point, you just have to accept your loss and prepare for game 2 mentally. But yeah. Beamer and Cerberus. Yeah, is not on fantastic health. So might just farm before Dragon, which is completely reasonable. Though he doesn't really need to spend that much health between now and the ship refill that he will presumably be taking before Turian. So could just not farm and do microwave on the 2 bosses he'll be fighting and just take the ship refill. So
yeah,
there's speed.
That's nice.
Yeah, probably the single best item PapaSchmo could have actually found here.
Yeah, PapaSchmo's movement loadout looking pretty good, but just needs that Varia suit.
Yeah.
Interesting position for this X-ray, but does get it for Beamer.
Yeah, I wonder if he gets top pattern if that just does not work.
Not sure. Did get plenty of health drops from Botwoon, so maybe a bit more inclined to skip the farm, because now you're really comfortable. There's nothing that poses a huge threat to you.
Yeah, since Dragon does not exist with 600 beam and microwave.
Yeah, it will be a very quick and fairly easy fight. PapaSchmo is, as foretold, going up the Forgotten Highway to the back of ship.
Yep. Kind of funny that this is the route he chose just because Forgotten Highway's so long. I don't actually know if it is the most efficient if you want to decide to get Alpha PBs, but at this point Alpha PB is just kind of a dead check for PapaSchmo. He knows that if it's there, he loses. Which, unfortunately, it is. But
to answer a question in chat, the heat shield that PapaSchmo has does reduce heat damage to half in Lower Norfair, so it is pretty useful for these Varia-less situations, but unfortunately, in Chozo especially, you don't get a lot of E-Tanks, and this seed has been very mean. We saw 2 non-Chozo tanks right at the beginning and none since, so still looking for where those could be. But it means PapaSchmo can't even if he wanted to, could not really go for a Lower Norfair play. Also the fact that the bosses are vanilla, at least Ridley's vanilla, makes things even harder. And also to answer chats, the heat reduction from a potential gravity, which could give you 25%, and the 50% from heat shield do not stack. So you don't get a full 75%. You only get the 50 from heat shield.
Yep. PapaSchmo taking a save before the boss. I guess, yeah, from his perspective, it could be
Could be
Ridley.
Ridley, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
technically could, even from
Yeah.
our perspective, but very unlikely.
yeah, from his perspective, it's like a 5%, something like that. I think it's like 5.
It's a 50-50. It happens or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, exiting Meridia, PapaSchmo goes to this fight. We'll see what it is. Most likely Fantoon. And there it is. Shocker.
Yeah, truly shocking. The over 99% chance boss showed up. You'll never believe it.
You'll never believe it.
Yep. Anyways, PapaSchmo will be making short work of this since you can just microwave the boss and win.
Of course, Fantoon giving a slow, though. And a fast eye close. So
Wow. Can't believe this.
the classic slow,
yeah.
fast eye close, slow reappear when you're one-rounding him.
Yeah.
Many such cases.
I think that's like it's a 50% chance for the slow, and then 2, 1, and 3 rolls for the fast eye close, and then the slow reappear respectively. So it's like 1 in 9 times. Yeah, it's 1 in 18 overall. So honestly, not all that rare, considering that it's 3 separate rolls.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, because this was explained to me a long time ago, but Fantoon's patterns kind of oscillate between being good and bad, which is why like a lot of slow patterns also have fast eye closes to make things even worse.
Yeah, I don't know when the fast eye close get rolled. So, like, in respect to... Because it could be at the start of the round, but it also could be right when his eye opens, which would be more random because of how the RNG in Super Metroid works. So, I don't know. I think if you want a good answer, you should ask somebody who actually knows stuff about the code instead of slowly commentators.
I don't know how the fight works. I just press buttons and Fantoon dies eventually.
Yeah, exactly. I just walk in and go pew pew, and boss goes or whatever.
You know, I think you made the sound exactly correctly, I gotta say.
Thanks, Derp. I really appreciate it. Anyways, nice powerbomb from Beamer. I forgot that he does that, and I cringe every time. But it does.
Beamer does a lot of power bombs like that without wave beam, just to clear out some of these grouped up shot blocks. I believe he's also the one who does it in post baby skip in that room. It's all the weeds.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense. It's very in character for him to do that.
PapaSchmo finding all the items that aren't Varia here. Found the Spacer Beam at right supers. Obviously didn't pick it up with Charge Wave Plasma.
Yeah, next he'll find surprise second highest at bowling. This is a joke. This cannot actually happen in Mystery Seeds.
It won't happen unless...
Unless... What if it did?
Yeah, I think, what are we missing? We're missing 2 E-Tanks and Spring Ball, right? And Grapple.
Yeah, we're missing 2 E-Tanks, and then... Yeah, Grapple Spring.
Okay, so those are at Shack Tool, Top of Ship, Screw Attack, and X-Ray. No one checked X-Ray.
Yeah, I always forget nobody checked X-Ray, because I always check X-Ray. But that's really a me problem.
Real. Well,
yeah.
PapaSchmo, close to receiving the bad news that Varia is in Red Tower.
Yeah. will check this and then be sad and go and check the alpha PBs for Varia.
Be extra sad,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
and then see that Beamer finished and be even more sad.
The Chozo Reserve has been found, to answer chat. It was at speed, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was speed.
So we've seen that, and then the only Chozo E-Tank we found was at Spazer, I believe. So
Yes.
that's the only Chozo tanks we have at the moment. Potentially coming up on one here. It's a 50-50 chance for PapaSchmo. Here at the bowling missile.
Yeah. Yeah, it could definitely be. So we'll see what the robots provide for PapaSchmo. Beamer shooting off a lot of missiles. I do not know why.
I'll get most of them back. He's got the ice for the Metroid rooms. It's fine. Just wanted to celebrate his performance. Is this looking like a sub 50 seed for Beamer?
Yep.
As long as no shambles.
Yeah, no baby skip turning is like 7.5. Maybe 8 if it goes badly.
Well, there's no speed for the escape, so...
True. Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, probably like 8. Maybe a bit more.
I was going to say a bit less, like a high 7-minute time.
Yeah.
But either way, that would put Beamer at around 48 minutes. So he entered Turian close to the 40-minute mark exactly.
Yeah. But of course, he does get ice for Metroid rooms, so will be saving time over not having said ice.
That is true. So we see the Metroid rooms going well for Beamer. Was able to do them pretty quickly. No movement items to make them really cool, but like you said, it does have that ice, so it's not too big of a deal. PapaSchmo actually did not check the Alpha PB's item, by the way. Just went straight for X-ray.
Oh, I think he forgot it then. Just forgot that it's a check, or forgot that he hadn't done it. Nice, getting the float. Let's go, Beamer.
I love this little float here.
Yeah. You can put that one song, like, Believe It or Not, I'm Walking on Air. Or, rather... Yeah, there's Beamer's trademark powerbomb strat.
It's pretty fast in that room, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it saves time, because the powerbomb takes a while to explode and has a lot of lag. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have, like, all the lag in the world, because, you know...
There are definitely rooms where it lags worse than this one.
Like, it does have lag, but it doesn't have, like, a zillion years of lag or whatever. Oh, I think he's having the feral moment where he's like, where did I lose all that time? Save all that time. I misquoted feral, I can't believe it. Yeah. Man, this is sad. I think
yeah, PapaSchmo's going back. Remembers where the item is. Turns out is, I guess technically with the grapple, it could be a check tool. But
oh, true. Yeah.
This is the much more likely place for Varia to be, and as it turns out, it is where it is.
Shocker.
So. PapaSchmo will not be happy, but will have a Varia suit.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be able to beat the seed if that is what he chooses.
I would suspect he doesn't, given that this is a best of 3.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
He will be playing at least one more match right after this, but there is a area for PapaSchmo, so now has his go mode and can fire the classic rage supers. Even supers the door. Nice.
Beamer has finished up another brain too, so yeah, we're looking at close to a 48 flat, I think, from Beamer.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be something like that. Maybe a bit more. But probably not a 49.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It's definitely not a 49. I don't know exactly how much non-speed booster escape loses.
Yeah, my gut is like 45 seconds, but I think it's a bit less than that.
I was thinking
yeah.
30, which would put Beamer at like exactly 48.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, I was thinking 30, but I was like, no, sure, it's more than 30. So yeah.
PapaSchmo headed down to Lower Norfair. Has all the movement items you could ever want, except Spring Ball, I guess. So, not all the movement items you could ever want.
Yeah. I mean, would you ever want Spring Ball? Actually, that's an old meme. This no longer represents my current opinions.
I mean, Spring Ball is nice.
It's not bad, for sure. It's very useful in certain situations. And then in others, it's kind of like a wasted, like, 3 or 4 seconds.
Anyways, now that we've angered the Spring Ball fans in the chat, we're gonna be
Gotta check that box
finishing
off
up
for
this
us.
Mother Brain 3. We are headed into the escape. Of course, with no speed booster, we will have to go the long way in the first big room, which has a name that I know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called Escape Room 3. The room before Leodox.
Escape Room 3, because it's the third room in Escape. We're very creative here.
Yeah, truly the pinnacle of Super Metroid room names. Definitely not, like, surpassing others, like, I don't know. There's just, like, a lot of good, solid rooms in Super Metroid.
And there's a lot of rooms that are not particularly notable that I don't think have names, like the 3 one-tile rooms in Meridia, the 2 that aren't tube specifically.
Oh, that one, I think they're just West Tunnel and East Tunnel. Also, East Tunnel isn't even a one-tile room, so that's the whole gate thingamajig above it.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, because it doesn't fit my narrative.
So true. You're just literally trying to spread propaganda. So I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what propaganda I'm spreading exactly, but I sure am spreading it.
Yeah, I don't know what misinformation I'm spreading, but I sure, yeah.
I sure am doing it.
Yep, it's working. But yeah, might be a 47, like 59, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see when he actually touches the ship. The race time was 48:01. They
Okay,
did 47:59.
Yep. Nice.
So
Good one.
either way, gonna finish in first, and PapaSchmo forfeits shortly after, I believe.
Yeah, but Beamer has not, unlike the tracker says, has not taken the series yet. Beamer will still have to win a second match to take the series, which they will be playing in a bit over 10 minutes. So me and Derp are gonna take a little break and come back to you with game 2 shortly. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.